It is hard to get back into the intro. Is this thing on? Hey, okay. I think I might remember how to do this. I don't think my lighting's very good. That's fine. Hey everyone, Ranger Liz here, back for the first time in a bit with a review for Hypnotic Halloween. I absolutely freaking love this episode, so you know it's gonna be a good one, right? Although I'm gonna adjust my lighting one moment. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but in my head, I think it looks a little better. I took some notes. Kablam! We're gonna be going over those. So hey, thanks everybody, you know, talking to me over the week. I'll talk a little more about where I've been and yada yada and the weekend and stuff at the end of the episode. So if for any reason you get bored over the course of my review, at least skip to the end. If you're kind of wanting to know why there wasn't any content posted last week, I did do the Ranger Weekend Review live Friday night, so if you did miss that, you can go back and watch. It's in the Ranger Weekend Review playlist. But we're just going to move on because Saturday we had an absolutely great Power Rangers episode. So it's called Hypnotic Halloween. And first off, not hypnotic as in you would drink. There's a quick story. I didn't know what Hypnotic was when I turned 21. It just wasn't like my style of drink or whatever. And I lived in a small town, so you couldn't even get it there. Long story short, for my 21st birthday, someone handed me a cup at the party. Someone threw a party for me, and I threw a party for myself. Okay, nobody actually threw it for me, but somebody handed me a cup of. They were like, "What is this?" It's Hypnotic, and it was this blue drink on ice. And I said, "Hey, that's great." And then I went off and I ate something, and I came back like 5 minutes later, and I drank it, and I said, "Hey, that was awesome. Could you make me another one?" And he was like, what's in it? And he goes, Hypnotic. And he was like, that was straight. That was just what it was. And I went, oh. And I don't think I've ever drank Hypnotic since then. This episode is not about the alcohol. Oh, I don't even... Oh, yeah, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that right now. So, starts off, I think the moral of the story of Hypnotic Halloween is, cosplay is fun. Guys, stop poo-pooing on people who dress up, because it's a lot of fun. Devin, at the end, learned his lesson. Cosplay is fun, and you should dress up as what you want to dress up as, which I think is a really great moral for the story for Halloween, for kids, like... I don't care how old you were. I don't care if you were 21 years old. If you show up at my door in a Halloween costume, like trick-or-treating, then you know what? You're not out driving drunk or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. You're 16 and you want to dress up, I will give you double candy because my God, you have a spine and I salute you. We're never getting through this episode. Nate finds a movie on a streaming service. Why? He is IT's greatest nightmare. Never, ever, I'm just gonna watch this from some random shady streaming site at my office where it has all of this stuff about the morphing grid, and I've worked in IT before, and everything about that made me want to slap Nate so hard. Nate has this movie come up, so we have Nate and then Frankensteel. Dr. Nate is like Dr. Frankenstein. Frankensteel. Zoey is Ingrid Iron Axe dressed up as a Viking who is just freaking phenomenal about this. And then you have Robbie dressed up as Sherlock Holmes. They start watching it. It's Scrazzle with an amazing idea. Scrazzle has never once. And all of this made us think that he has some form of hypnotic powers. But there you go. Apparently he does. And I think it's great. All the Rangers, one of the creepiest, maybe the creepiest part of this episode is when Devin does show up and he's like, guys, what's going on? And they all just go, they do the like in unison with the blue eyes. I was kind of like, well, okay guys, it's a little creepy. Good job writing team on that one. So he has to go chase them all down. Ingrid Ironax runs off. Nate is being chased by Frankensteel, who basically is saying, I'm sorry, I'm hideous. And Nate's like, oh, you're a horrible creature. I'm sorry. Robbie, however, is Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Devin quickly understands what's going on, and trying to get through to Robbie finds out he basically needs to communicate to Sherlock Holmes as someone Sherlock Holmes would talk to. So he dresses up as a police officer, says there's a missing persons report for Ravi Shaw, gives him some stories, the one about him overcoming his fear of the dentist, and the one about teaching the kid karate. I don't know why they wanted to throw Tube of Triumph back at us again, but they did. He realizes who he is. They say, hey, we need to get in costume and get through to these guys. Devin immediately, this is the new, I'm still getting used to this thing right here. I just got it. I went to Six Flags on Sunday with my family. Some really, really amazingly needed recharge time, and this was on clearance, so I bought it. Again, we're never getting through this episode. Devin dressing up as a Viking. I love, so he gets in, he's going to run off to go find Mrs. Zoey Ingrid Iron Axe, and Ravi gets to throw out the mom card, which he does not throw out very often, which was interesting that he did for this, making him feel like the stakes were pretty high. He knows that they need to contain them. They can't let these guys just run amok throughout Grid Battle Force. So Ravi's like, hey, Commander, you need to shut down all of Subfloor 8 because we can't let them escape. And she's like, well, why? Yet obviously you're the commander, and you hear this like, you need to shut down Floor 8. Excuse me? Can I have a reason? Mom, this is an emergency. Oh, he said the mom card. Alright, fair enough. So she did it, because in that, even she was like, damn, like, you called me mom. Like, okay. So she does. I'm only guessing, because by the end, she's like, hey, is everything cleared up? So I'm guessing she was filled in at some point as to everything that was going on. When Devin met Zoey, oh my gosh, she is climbed up on top of, I don't know how these two ever made it through this scene. I was rolling. These are the scenes that you know the actors just live for, because it's crazy. You have Devin like, "Be a Viking, okay, just running out there, and Zoey, my bounty, and it's the ice cream machine, you know, that she's trying to get, and she throws this axe at Devin, and it ends up being rubber, and it was just one of those things where I'm cracking up. My daughter is cracking up. I love being able, Saturday morning, I got to watch this with my kiddo. She was so excited, because we've binge watched Beast Morpher. She's getting huge into it right now. I have no Beast Morphers toys left on this shelf, right? They are all upstairs. It's great watching this, laughing. I think they did this episode so well, and it's because they gave us that action at the end. They gave us an episode. It wasn't completely a clip show. There was some new stuff, but the clips were paced well with the funniness, the story, a little bit of not much really plot movement, but I again, really love this. One little plot thing that was kind of like, wait, what? Ravi was like, oh, I'm Ravi Shaw, and oh, okay, and Nate and Steele, when they come through, spoiler alert, I'm so sorry for what I said, but Zoey was like, wait, what is going on? Why are you wearing that costume? And it seemed a little strange that she was kind of like not knowing what was going on, or maybe it could be interpreted both ways. I was interpreting it as she didn't know what happened. The three of them as doctors was hilarious. They were kind of like these psychiatrists, like, let me tell you a story, which is not why I have this, although I look like I should either be singing you a song or marrying you or burying you. Either way, it's burying probably because it's Halloween. It's spooky. Oh, we're never getting through this. They eventually, after telling some of these stories, Nate and Steele, oh, I'm sorry, Nate. I'm so sorry. You're not hideous at all. And Steele, of course, I'm stunning. Steele. I love Steele. And it actually makes me, I feel really bad right now that I can't even think of his voice actor's name. I need to make a point to remember that, because the voice of Steele, the body suit, the voice, everything about it is just so funny, and they work hand in hand. I love the way these two guys go together. I do also want to point out Zoey, her Dr. Reeves, was this southern accent, which I thought was hilarious. So all of these guys, they're all back to normal now. They get the thing from Commander Shaw. A Morph X Tower. So Scrozzle and a Robotron. And I I don't know if this was like weird stock footage or whatever they did, but she said Morphers Tower, and it's not a Morphers Tower, it was a truck. And it was just one of those little things like, Morphers Tower, oh, okay, Commander, here we go, and this truck took us all day to get. I'm like, you made the... It's minor. It is insignificant. I still loved this episode. Don't get me wrong. But it was one of those things that I was like, huh. Oh well. Scrozzle in the daylight, you always know, and I love, love, love when we get Scrozzle's suit in the daylight so we can see all of the amazing details in it. And again, sometimes it's those little lines. They could have just said something stupid where he could have made a fart joke, or he could have made some dumb joke. But instead he's like, oh man, you know, it took you long enough. We've been here all morning, which is kind of like, oh, that's why nothing has happened since, you know, it took them all morning to find one of these trucks to take over. I've said it once, I've said it a billion times. It's the little things that used to be crazy, stupid one-liners that made absolutely no difference, that they have been replaced with actual plot stuff that makes me go, well, there's your answer right there. It's amazing how much better everything is this year. It just really makes you wonder what Saban really was doing behind the scenes to make it go ninja steel. Anywho, so what happened is Scrozzle calls the Giga Drone when the Rangers decide to start fighting. So he's just smart off. He's like, you know what? Fine. I'm not letting this plane go to complete waste. I'm gonna get a Giga Drone out while you're fighting the Robotron, and he called in Tronics, of course. You have all 5 Rangers busy. Giga Drone comes out. You have Robbie saying, look, I'll take this. Devin and Zoey go out. Come to find out, it is one of the Delta models, or Giga models. It's one of the Delta model, I think. It is the one that separates into 2. So basically you have 2 bad guys versus 2 Rangers. Devin, of course, at least has a robo form. Zoey just flying around like a helicopter at King Kong, just trying to attack those things. Oh, King Kong, because then we're going to have Robbie's going to come in. So in order of appearance, here's how the final battle happens. Devin and Zoey. Giga Drone separates. They realize they're kind of in trouble. Attacking a bit. They're getting the crap beat out of them. Ravi books it out once most of the Tronics are out, and he goes into Smash, immediately into Gorilla mode, trying to get some banana heads, trying to get something on this guy to take the pressure off the teammate. As soon as all of them are kind of in together, Nate and Steel are finishing off the Robotron at the same time after they got rid of all the Tronics. So Nate and Steel get a really cool finishing move. You get to see the whole proper long finishing move of the 2 of them, which is really fun. And then you also get to see, well, after quickly, the Beast-X Megazord gets made. So all we get to see as soon as the Robotron is destroyed, I don't remember what his name is. They called him Cutlery. He was kind of slice and dicey. He was cannon fodder, honestly. That's all he was. After he gets destroyed, the small mode, they make the Beast-X Megazord, but at this point, Devin and Zoey are in horrible shape, and they immediately get taken out of the Megazord mode. Ravi ends up standing kind of in front of them because there's another big hit getting ready to come in, and you know, the other ones are out on the count. Ravi's like, look, I can take a hit, and so he kind of gets in front of them, which gives enough time for Nate and Steel to get their Zords in. And it all goes boom. So the fun thing about this fight is that it just shows off the wackadoodle things that you can do with these Zords. So it starts off as, you know, you have the Wrecker Zord and the Jet Zord is on top of it, and they're coming in together. There's one of them gets finished off by the Wrecker Zord is like attached to the one. The Jet just shoom goes and makes him explode. The other one, this one was just funny. Nate grabs a hold because of the Wrecker Zord, so he's got the huge hook, grabs onto the Giga Drone, spins him around, throws him like a clay pigeon, and Smash just... I was like Duck Hunt with a Giga Drone, and that was maybe one of my most favorite ways to finish off a monster. It all goes boom. Oh yeah, and then the rest of my notes basically just saying that Devin and them were completely out of the count. By the end, once it's all taken care of, the Rangers, because you know, this of course just happened in the course of an hour or 2 in the afternoon, or late morning, I guess if you go by Scrozzle's timeline, they come back to the base, and also makes you wonder, this is a sterile environment. How many labs does he have that it's okay for all of these sterile work environment stuff, yelling at Steel the last 2 episodes ago. Oh, Nate, you and your emotions. I knew you weren't really mad about the lab that long time ago. But they get back in the lab and they're going to start watching a movie. But before they can, and of course you have Steel, you know, with this popcorn, like, this would be tasty. They're being attacked by a random ninja. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Devin! Because he has learned his lesson that cosplay is fun. He's like, you know, I used to think dressing up and stuff was really silly. But after, you know, acting as these characters and doing it, I realized it was a lot of fun. So he dressed up like his favorite character from Backdoor Brawler 7 or whatever it is. It's like the weird love child between the Backstreet Boys and Backdoor Lover by Du jour. Du jour means friendship. For the maybe 2 of you out there who've watched Josie and the Pussycats and remember that. Oh my god, Josie and the Pussycats was an underrated movie. Wow, it's been a while since I've kind of gotten to blah out everything. So that was the episode review. Just to try to keep this under, you know, 20 and so minutes. I've been, I was pretty down last week, guys. It's no real secret. I don't really talk about it a lot, but, you know, I suffer from depression and anxiety and seasonal affective disorder, which is great, right? And changing the seasons just completely knocked me out for the week. I had no drive, no motivation, no nothing, no energy, no focus. It was a pretty rough week. But, you know, by Friday I was starting to feel better, got the live stream out. And Saturday I had a great day with the husband and the kid. We, you know, it was like we went out for lunch, we went to a pumpkin patch, went out shopping, just had a great day together. Sunday, I got to go to Six Flags with my mom, one of my sisters and her 2 kids, my daughter, and it was just, it was a really, really nice trip. So, I'm feeling a lot better today. Monday, I didn't get a record. I actually meant to, but she, of course, didn't take a nap today. So, here it is, late Monday night. But I'm going to try to get this edited. I'm going to try to get this going. I gotta just get back with it. It's hard to start again, you know. It's hard to just hit record and get going. But I've got to keep pushing forward. I got to push forward. There's a lot to do, and you know, I don't always let depression win. Sometimes it does for a little bit, but this week I'm feeling better, fighting back even more, and hopefully there'll be a lot more content for you guys. Ranger stops in less than 3 weeks. I'm freaking out. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for staying till the end. I really appreciate it. See you hopefully a lot more videos this week, guys. Mwah. Toodles.